Alrighty, so far we've had classes, and we've had classes like person, and we've given person some properties, like first name. I'm just going to do get set at the moment, and then like last name. And it's cool because, we have this awesome person that we can kind of pass around. Places. So for example, we could have a method called like static void print person, which could even be on the person type itself, where we could go ahead and print out that person. So derp. So it's nice and fun and cool and stuff, but using classes like this is straightforward, but we can do better. We can make code. We can architect code in a way that provides us a lot of awesome advanced functionality by using just a few different new concepts that we have available to us in the C# language, and in fact in a variety of object-oriented programming languages. First one that we're going to be talking about really quickly, or the first one we're going to be talking about in depth, and it won't end up being very quick, is inheritance. So, inheritance is a way for us to write a class that we can inherit, or we can inherit the functionality of a class above it, the parent class. And we do so with this awesome little colon symbol, followed by the class we want to inherit from. So essentially what I've done is I've created a new object template called employee. And I've instructed the C# compiler to treat an employee as if it was a person, but with as many additional members as I might want to put on it. For example, I might want to place public int salary. That employees have salary. Or how about yearly income? So I don't cause Gavin to throw a fit. So what we have here is we now have a different object template called employee that inherits all the functionality from person, but adds some additional functionality for us. So for example, if I were to now go ahead and write employee Nelson equals new employee, watch what happens when I hit the dot keyword. So note, we are instantiating a new object. We're declaring a variable named Nelson of type employee, but when I hit dot, you'll notice something interesting. We not only get our yearly income property, but we also get first name and last name. First name and last name are inherited from the person class. So I can say first name equals Nelson and Nelson dot last name equals LeKay. And then I can also say Nelson dot yearly income equals 10. So what's going on here is we are adding data to this object from two different places, from both the person and the employee. And an employee is still considered to be a person by the C# compiler. Somebody asked, what happens if you do person inherits from employee? You're going to get a nice little compiler error. Circular base class dependency involving employee and person. Anyway, so our employee is actually the same. It's very similar to a person. In fact, it can be used in the same places that a person might be able to be used. For example, we can pass it in to print person. So that's at a very basic level of what inheritance is. And inheritance is used to create classes that share functionality. That being said, I really, can you do person Nelson equals new employee? Yes, you can. Now watch what happens when I change the type of the variable. I can say person Nelson equals new employee, but look what happens. Line 32, we get an error. That's because we are casting, well, implicitly casting the type employee into person because of this assignment right here. Because we're assigning an employee instance to a person variable. Although this technically still is an employee, we are accessing him as if he was a person, meaning we cannot access any of the additional functionality that we placed on that type.